Hello everyone and welcome to Xerophobia. Listen guys, don't drink and drive. Not only is it a terrible idea, but you may wake up in a never-ending nightmare full of pain and suffering. I say this of course because tonight we're going to take a look at the game Wounded. This game is being developed by Workbench Entertainment and you can download the alpha build from GameJolt.com, and they also recently launched a Kickstarter campaign. Both of those links I'll be leaving down in the description below. This game has developed a bit of a following online, boasting that it has been viewed over 2,300 times and downloaded 420 times with a rating of 4.85 on GameJolt, and on YouTube it has 16 playthroughs resulting in a cumulative 30,000 views since its release on October 2nd, 2016. And while I can definitely see why it has the reviews that it has, I have to say I was ultimately disappointed at the end result. So let's go ahead and dig right on in, shall we? I'm going to preface this was an alpha build, so I understand that it's not a true representation of the full game, and I hope it does get better because it did entice me in the beginning. The environments looked really well executed for an alpha. The camera was very smooth and the sound design for the game was excellent. The tone that the game sets was really great in that regard. Walking through the house initially, and then waking up in the alleyway to turn on the electricity, and seeing that environment built out, and then the subsequent motel really had me on edge. And the game does an excellent job of setting up the scares, teasing you bit by bit before going into the full reveal.
What was that?
That, sadly, is where the game falls short for me. First off, the one death scene in the game that I experienced was terrible. So upon completing the puzzles that you need to get through the first couple of floors in the motel, I turned the corner and saw this guy crawling towards me. And after the tremendous buildup that he had, I have to admit that I was sweating just a bit. My Outlast instincts kicked in, so I hid. And after thinking everything was safe, I left, and then I'm just on the floor and he's sucking on my nipples? Then I respawned at the checkpoint. From there, all sense of dread put in me from the build-up was shot to hell. Had I just ran for my life instead, I might have retained it until the last screen in the demo, which was lackluster at best. But really, you can't skimp on the death scenes. I need some reason to be scared of this monster other than that he's moderately uncomfortable to look at, and I guess he's going to molest me when he finds me. Speaking of which, and again I know this is an alpha, the character models need work. The initial ghosts at the beginning of the game were fine. This thing creeped the hell out of me as it was. A little polish on her and really I can't look at her anymore, just get her off of my screen. But this guy really needs some work. Again, after that huge build-up, just to see this, he's an interesting concept, but he just needs more polish. He needs something to make me more terrified of him other than he's just a skinless monster. So yeah, this game is all bark and no real bite, which is really sad because it shows promise. It just needs a little bit more polish. It should also be noted that the game will not run on your onboard graphics processor. It took me 4 tries to get that figured out, which that's no real issue with the game because again it is an alpha demo and you can easily fix that. That's just a little warning if you are actually going to play this game for yourself. And I really suggest that you do so you can fully experience the ambiance the game sets forth, because again, the environment set forth in the game and the sound design were key on point. The objective sound was really good, the ambient noise setting you up for the monster's reveal was really good, the footsteps, even the part where he runs in front of me, that jumped me out of my seat. I'm not gonna lie, that startled me a bit. The voice acting was really well executed, which is rare for me to find in an alpha build. Usually the voice acting is subpar at best, but this one, really your voice actors are very well done. Kudos to that. The only other problem I saw were the notes on the wall where the voice actors took a little liberty with their scripts, which again is fine, but for continuity's sake, just try to reflect what they're saying on the note itself or have the note itself say exactly what they're saying. it just kind of takes you out of the game a little bit when the two are a little off. So yes, I'll be leaving a link to the Game Jolt page in the description below, as well as their Kickstarter, if you would like to try the alpha build for yourself to experience it, or if you're like me and you really think the game shows promise and would like to help them out in any way you can, check either one of those links. Again, I highly suggest it. Because again, while the game in and of itself wasn't terrible, it wasn't great, but it does show promise. So what did you think of my review? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments section below how you felt about the game. If you check my description as well as those two links, you'll see a code for tblocks.com. It'll give you 15% off of your first month subscription. Don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up if you liked the video, share this video around, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And as always, friends, I'll see you on the other side.